Hi, everyone. It is your girl, Remy. And thank you for joining me for another episode of Self Centered. Today, I have a very special guest on. I've been wanting to have this person on for a while now. And so he was one of the first people I called when I said I was going to start up the podcast again. So thank you, Rashawn, for being on. If you want to introduce yourself.
Thank you for having me. My name is Rashuan Simon. I am a photographer, filmmaker, travel and lifestyle creator, the works, entrepreneur, all of those works. I'm from the Virgin Islands, born and
Mhm.
raised, currently residing everywhere, trying to figure
Everywhere.
that out. But yeah, I'm happy to be on.
Yeah, no, I am really excited for our conversation. Essentially, I'm super interested, and I think I told you this already, but I've always been really interested in how you got to where you are now. I think we talked a couple of months ago when you were doing my graduation shoot,
Mhm.
and you told me like you didn't actually study photography, like that wasn't like what you went to school for. And I thought that was so interesting. I mean, like it was interesting before, but how you made that shift, I think was so interesting. So could you tell us a little bit more about your background and how you got to where you are?
Yeah, I could do that. So it started actually. This is gonna be a funny story, but it actually started from me playing FIFA. So,
Really?
yeah, I'm gonna make the connect very soon. So FIFA,
Okay.
I grew up playing soccer,
Mhm.
and because of that, I got into a lot of like gaming, and I started playing FIFA. And the thing about FIFA is that they have like a lot of soundtracks that are like indie rock, indie pop,
Yeah.
those kinds of like songs. And because I played so much, I really got into that music.
Mhm.
So I started playing FIFA and those things like around like eighth grade. And the link here is that those songs, when I would go to download them on like YouTube or look them up on LimeWire or whatever the case is, a lot of the music videos for them would be like very like travel, like California, hippie kind of vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you remember that era, but like the Tumblr era, like 2012,
Yes. Yeah.
2013, 2010. Yeah, like that era, like the music videos were like dancey, like
Yeah.
very recession indicator music, like very like upbeat. Yeah, California. I was obsessed with like things like brands like Paxson, Hollister,
Yeah.
Vans. Like that was my
That
vibe,
was okay.
right? So a lot of videos on YouTube, because remember, YouTube at this time was still very young. A lot of
Okay.
videos to these brands and this lifestyle were very like adventure, running around with your friends, fireworks, beach vibes, da 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 da. And I
Hmm.
really got hooked into that. So I started to follow a lot of creators, a lot of Tumblr models and things like that, because I was really into
Hmm.
that thing. Now, granted, I wasn't that kind of person, but I feel like it resonated with me a lot. Like, for example, one of the artists that I used to listen to, the bands, was like Foster the People. I used to listen to
Yeah.
Foster the People quite a bit. They drop pumped up kicks. Like
Yeah.
this is like lore, like real lore.
Yes. I've seen.
Right? And then over like throughout high school, I decided to like, start a YouTube channel. So when I started my YouTube channel, it was like that was my first introduction to camera stuff. Around high school time, like around 2012,
Hmm.
2013, people were going viral for like soccer videos, lifestyle videos, a lot of vlogs were popping off. And I
Yeah.
was like, let me try to get a piece of this pie. I
Yeah.
tried it. It did not go anywhere, but I feel like the passion for like wanting to have a camera and film like experiences
Yeah.
stayed.
Hmm.
So that started like I would say 2011, 2012 is when I would say the core of where that started from.
Hmm.
It still lasts to today. Yeah. That's where it
Wow.
started. Yeah.
Wow. I love that. That and so you like started the YouTube channel, but like when did you really like because you're mostly self-taught, right? Or did you take classes while you were in college?
I did no classes. This is all YouTube University. Honestly, it's just
Wow.
trial and error. A lot of like staying up late, falling asleep, watching YouTube videos about how to use a camera.
Mm-hmm.
I made a few videos in high school with
Mm-hmm.
like a cheap Nikon that I had at the time.
Oh, wow.
And obviously they were not good. I graduated from high school and then my I started pursuing my degree for health sciences. I was trying to become a physical
Yeah.
therapist.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like went on a back burner, but I was still making videos on the side just to kind of test the waters. I remember I made a video when I first came to Pittsburgh. I was
Really?
filming like, yeah, I was filming like some orientation stuff when we first came to Pittsburgh because I've never been. I came
Yeah.
to Pittsburgh sight unseen. I was watching YouTube videos about how Pittsburgh looks.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was filming stuff like that too. And then, maybe like after I graduated college,
Mm-hmm.
I actually was doing it like more. I
Okay.
realized that I was starting to get back into it. And then people were like, "Hey, can you do this video for me? Can you do this video for me?" Like small stuff. And then it ended
Mhm.
up just growing to a point where I was able to like make the decision to just try to do it alone. Just try to like make that
Wow.
my career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's super cool. So you talked a lot about how you were self-taught. So when you decided to make that shift from, okay, maybe I want this to be my full-time thing and not just kind of like a hobby that I'm doing, like what were some of the first things that you did or thought about doing when you knew that you were going to go all in on it?
Well, actually, I was forced in a way.
You were
So
forced.
I was forced. I was forced. So
Oh my goodness.
after I graduated college, which was 2020, that was during COVID. So I was working college jobs. I was working Best Buy at the time, and I don't have no
Yeah.
shame in that. Like just college job,
No. Yeah.
and I didn't really get to walk for graduation. Everybody, like everything was weird. Like during COVID, like
Yeah.
people were losing their jobs, people were like getting furloughed, like things like that. So I ended
Yeah.
up just staying at the job for like a little bit after college
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't want to be the first on a chopping block at a new job. Like that was too risky at the time.
Yeah.
I ended up leaving that job after 3 years and I started renting luxury apartments in Pittsburgh, downtown
Mm.
Pittsburgh. I was
Okay.
working, I had 5 luxury buildings I used to rent
Wow.
downtown.
Oh, so you were a
On
leasing agent.
Yes, I was a leasing agent for like 3 years on Penn Avenue.
Okay. Wow.
But
Oh,
then
it really was luxury.
yeah, it was. Like I was renting like minimum 13 to 1400, and that's for like studios, and then my
For
three bedrooms were
studio.
like 5,000. Yeah.
Wow. And
I
for
was doing
Pittsburgh, that's
that, and it's for Pittsburgh. It was kind of crazy, but
yeah.
I had ended up see when I came into that job, I noticed that they needed like some social media stuff.
Okay.
Their marketing was terrible, and I knew that I could do it. So I pitched myself to
Hmm.
them, and they never really locked in with me, and they even
Okay.
like explored it with other people and stuff like that. And I felt cheated because I was like really like showing them like, hey, this is what you need, this is what I can do. Mind you,
Yeah.
I was a leasing agent, but I'm trying to say like, yo, I could do this as well,
Hmm.
to boost earning potential.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and then I think around 2024, they hired a new lady. I'm not gonna name drop, but they hired a
Yeah.
new lady into the company,
Uh-huh.
and she did not mess with me at all as far as like from the leasing point of view. Everybody loved
Right.
me as far as like the tenants, all of that,
Yeah.
but the new lady did not mess with me. So
Well,
they actually fired me. Well, she actually like got together and fired me November 2024. Yeah,
that's nuts.
crazy. November 2024, the day before Thanksgiving. I remember it. I literally went into work, and then like right before lunchtime, they called me
Hmm.
for a meeting and they said, "You're out of
Before
here."
lunch.
Yeah, literally.
Dang.
Literally.
And it was right before Thanksgiving. Oh
Yes,
no.
literally. And I was just preparing to start to get like Chris I because I like to get Christmas gifts for my family, bring it down for the holidays.
Yeah.
I was cooked that year. I had to tell him like, nah, it's not gonna happen this year. But
Yeah.
I was really upset about that. But then
Yeah,
I think
obviously.
that really radicalized like my mind. I was like, I rather just like suffer trying to build my own thing than suffer going to build somebody else's thing. And then after
Oh
that, I decided I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the
no,
nine
that's
to five thing.
mm.
So now I work 24/7.
That's
Yay.
hilarious. Oh my god. But I think that that's a really interesting story. So like after you you get fired and you're like, okay, I got to make a next move. Like were you ever afraid like, okay, if I like go all in on this and it doesn't work, like I would be terrified. I don't know. Maybe I just like too much structure. But like what was going through your mind when you were like, you know what, let me just go go for this?
Well, I was really stressed. I wouldn't redo 2024
Okay.
by any means. Like I would not, like how some people are like I would not do this year again. I wouldn't do this year of high school again. 2024,
Hmm.
I would keep it behind us because I
Yeah.
actually June of that year, I actually purchased a house in
Oh
the flat Southside
yeah.
flat. I bought a duplex and it needed work, and then I got fired from my job.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I was like, no, yeah. So it
I
was a
cannot
mess.
imagine.
I actually don't have an answer for you. It was just, I think time, and just trying to like really hustle
Hmm.
made me get through like 2025. Like the beginning of 2025 was super super dicey. I ain't gonna even lie, because mortgages were starting to kick in. I bought a house
Yeah.
that somebody had lived in, and there were some smokers in it for like 20 years. So the walls of the apartment were
20 years.
orange. Yes, I'm not weed smokers. Well, I don't know if I can say that. I apologize, but cigarette smokers. And if you've ever been in a smoker's apartment, the walls are like yellow and the rugs
Wow.
are disgusting. Yep,
I believe it. Yeah, like
it was bad.
oh, so you had to like not only did you buy the house, but you were also fixing it up
Yeah, one
because
side was good. The other
hmm
side that I was gonna live in was terrible, terrible. I
wow.
had to fix it up. And because I had no, because I just got fired, I
Hmm.
had no income to supplement fixing it. So,
Yeah.
yep,
So
this
you really
this is
were like,
2024,
I'm gonna
2025.
wow. You were really like, I need to make something shake. Otherwise it's
I
gonna be
need
a
to make
problem.
something shake. Yes, yes.
Wow. So I see that like the passion met like the need for you. And so you kind of like pushed yourself into it. And now fast forward to you've been doing all sorts of stuff. I follow you on Instagram, so I know like I see when you post about your different things. And I just
Hmm.
saw that you were working on the music video for Cruziano. Am I
Hmm.
saying that? So
Yeah,
congratulations on that.
thank you so much.
But how do you get from like, taking flicks for friends and making things for friends kind of casually to like now you really do this. You're not just some dude with a camera.
I would like to think so. I would like to think so. Sometimes you get imposter syndrome, but
Yeah.
you end up giving a final product to somebody and they're like, "Oh, I love this." And then
Yeah.
you were second guessing yourself the entire time. So I think after a few of those like second guessing but also like impressing people, you're like, "Okay,
Mhm.
like maybe I do know what I'm doing, I guess." Yeah.
So
That's what ends up happening.
do you feel like you still second guess yourself now like when you do stuff?
I don't ever see it stopping, actually. I do every single time. Like every project, small,
Really?
big. Yes, every time.
Oh wow.
Literally.
No, because I remember when I like was following first followed you on Instagram. I was like, wow, he really does this. Like really cool things. And so when I would say like when in and that's like a quick turnaround, like 2024 till now, that's only 2 years, roughly
Hmm.
a year and a half in reality to have that kind of exponential growth. So when was the point when you were like, okay, this is really becoming a thing. Like this is actually a profitable business. Because you talked about entrepreneurship and we talked a lot about passion, but like when did like the business part for you be like, okay, this is starting to make sense for me?
Yeah. I would say I'm still trying to figure out like what kind of layout I want. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
instead of doing projects like right now I'm in a phase where I'm trying to like I don't want to say be hands off, but
Mm-hmm.
trying to trust other people to like do things like if I'm not there, so that I
Okay.
can like be, for example, in Pittsburgh, but have like a project done for me on St. Croix.
Okay.
Like that's the kind of the thing I want to try to start formulating. But
Okay.
I think the change actually was 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like around March time, I decided I was gonna be like really consistent posting on Instagram, because people like only the only people that knew that I did it was like my friends and people I've done videos for.
Yeah.
But then I started to post a lot more consistently, like at least once a week or like twice
Mm-hmm.
for like most of 2025. And
Yeah.
honestly, that did wonders. That did wonders.
Yeah.
Like,
Really.
yeah, that did wonders. Yeah.
That is so dope.
I think that would be my biggest. You know how people will say like consistency, consistency.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not always just that. Like, there's a lot that you have to go into it because you can be consistent doing the wrong thing. But I think,
Yeah.
in my experience, consistently posting got like people were able to see like I was able to become somebody that somebody could recommend. Like they've seen
I see.
stuff so much that they could be like,
Yeah.
he does this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if people don't see you often, then you won't be a recommendation.
No, that makes sense. So I kind of want to talk a little bit more about like kind of your branding because I think one of the things that I first saw and that was very interesting to me was just kind of like how you seem to capture like I said, you're not just a guy with a camera. You
Mhm.
really capture like the essence of things. Like I feel like the first couple of posts that I saw of your work, I was like, wow, I'm really like right there. And it's not just because like the camera is really crisp. I don't know if I'm saying it like properly, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because
Mhm.
there's a lot of people that like quote unquote take pictures, but like, I think that you differentiated yourself in a way where it's like you're very recognizable. So, like, how did you like differentiate yourself from others, if that was even like a conscious thought for you?
I think just over time, like I'm a movie guy. I really like movies. So I think,
Really?
yeah, over time, just watching a lot of movies and, learning the back ends of cameras and stuff like that. I ended up developing like this more like cinematic style,
Hmm.
like with energy, like emotion, things like that.
Yeah.
Like instead of just picking up a camera and pointing it at somebody, like I
Yeah.
prefer somebody do something, show a talent, be
Yeah.
somewhere cool. And I feel like that's like the thing that people may miss, or like maybe like beginners, like they
Yeah.
may just point a camera at someone and say, this is it. But I think the reason people feel that way is because people are doing something that they can relate to, or seeing something, or being somewhere that they wish they could be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's like I feel
Okay.
like that's why it feels that way. So yeah.
Okay. No, I really like that.
Hmm.
And you said you're a movie guy. What's
Hmm.
your favorite movie?
Salt with Angelina Jolie. Hmm.
Really? That, that is an original one. Because I feel like there's
Salt.
like standard ones. Wait, so why is it your favorite?
I wouldn't say that it has anything to do with the cinematography.
Okay.
It was meanwhile it is a good movie, but I would say Salt
Mm-hmm.
because the storyline. I like action drama movies. So
Yeah.
Russian spy remembers that well, she forgets that she's a Russian spy. She gets
Yeah.
activated. She works for the
Uh-huh.
US government, and now she's like infiltrating the US government. I like
Yeah.
it. I love it. That's good.
No, I get it. I get it. I'm a movie person too. My favorite movie is Benjamin Button. I
I
love
don't think
that
I've
one.
ever seen Benjamin Button actually. That's like
What?
from a while back.
Yeah. I like watched it as a kid, like with my dad. My dad's really into movies, and so that's how
Hmm.
I was like always around watching movies.
Is that the one where he has Benjamin Button disease? Is that the one?
Yeah, and he ages
Yeah,
backwards. Yeah.
I've actually never seen it, but I'm familiar with it. Yeah,
Highly recommend. I
I'll see
think
it.
like all of the stories and how like the people are portrayed through his storytelling, I think is really cool.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I just love asking people what their favorite movie is,
Yeah. No,
especially because
if you ask me series, I'll say
okay,
Transformers. Transformers.
really.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
very specific era. Like the ones
Transformers.
with okay, so out of all of them, which one was your favorite? Like
You know what? The easy answer is the first one.
it is pretty
The
easy.
easy answer is the first one. But
Okay.
there's the Fallen. I don't know if you will remember those, but there's one where there's the Fallen. That was a good
Okay.
one. But I would say the first three, they're
Yeah,
good.
solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's for
Maybe the
sure.
latest ones, I would say they're a little the storyline is a little losing the plot a little bit. But when they were like very car focused and action
Yeah.
focused, yeah, I could rewatch them once a week, literally.
Wow. No, that's how I feel about Benjamin Button. So I get
Oh
that.
yeah. Now I have to see it. Now I have to see Benjamin Button.
You do. And I really want to know what you think. So
I'll check
let
it
me
out.
know when you watch it. But yeah, so I think along those lines, like finding things that you were passionate about and then growing your brand. And you said, growing out your business, you're trying to get more comfortable with like essentially delegating, like having things kind of rolling and going, even if you're not physically there.
Yep.
So, can you talk more about what that looks like for you? Like, are you
Yeah.
hiring more photographers or?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm at the stage where I can hire people to work full time for me or nothing like that. It's not that kind of situation.
Mhm.
What I have going on though is to try to save myself for campaigns. Like, let's say if a business or a brand needs campaigning videos, photos, things like that,
Mhm.
then that's where I will come in. But like, let's say if a business also needs like, if a business feels like they need consistent like social media content,
Yeah.
lower reach. So maybe not like cinematic stuff, but just stuff to relate to their audience.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like get people to do those for me in various places. Yeah.
I
And then like, let's
see.
say if that business needs like a content refresh every quarter, I go
Mhm.
and I do some high quality photos, give them a new campaign video, and then they can run with that. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to pivot into a little bit because
Mhm.
I do a lot of travel and lifestyle stuff, but a lot of it is me. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to prioritize the big guys, the
Yeah.
businesses. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, that makes sense.
Videos of myself are cool and all. Videos of where I'm from and where I'm at on the beach, whatever is cool. But
Mhm.
that's not really a business, is it? That's just cool videos on Instagram. But if I'm trying to make a business, that's the next phase for me.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, like, there is a balance to strike between content creation that revolves around what's familiar to you and then, like, kind of working with other companies, businesses, and like also branding yourself with them. So,
Exactly.
are you able to talk about how you got started with Cruziano? Like, how did you land that? I'm sorry, like that was so cool. I just have to give you a little bit of backstory because I scroll through Instagram Reels a lot, and so he kept coming up on my feed, and I think it's because like you follow
Which
him
is
or whatever.
crazy. That's crazy,
Yeah.
actually.
And so I was like he's kind of cool. And like I would hear like snippets of things or whatever he was posting. And then it felt like the next time I went on Instagram, you were posting that you were doing the project with him. And I was like, what? So I kind of, I need the lore. I need the lore.
Basically, we met when I posted a video on Instagram, but it cross-posted to Facebook. I don't remember which video it was specifically, but he liked the video a lot. He was like, "Yo, we'll definitely work together in the future. I like your style. There's not a lot of people like on St. Croix or in the Virgin Islands that films that way. Like, there's other people that are good with cameras here, and I respect
Yeah.
all of them." But like everybody has their own style. So this was through Facebook, yeah. We ended up becoming cool. We ended up
Hmm.
just we met in person. We haven't even discussed like this music video or anything yet. This is just organic meeting of two creatives.
Wow.
And then there was a point in time he had a producer. His name is BL. Shout out BL. BL the Hook Slayer.
Uh-huh.
He's done songs for Capleton. Like he does like dance hall and
Wow.
reggae stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
He's from Boston. He had a song that he wanted Cruziano to hop on,
Hmm.
and then he did it. Like he agreed. They wanted to shoot it on St. Croix because Cruziano was on it, so they all flew down. BL, Cruziano goes back and forth, so Cruziano came
Yeah.
down to do it, and then they asked me to jump in and do the video, and it was last minute. It was a quick turnaround, but we ended up getting it done. So that's how that happened. Yeah.
That is so cool. And honestly, it like feels very serendipitous. Like it just happened like very organically, it sounds like. It wasn't like you were forcing it. And I mean, you're a hustler from everything that you told me
Which I
so
do,
far.
which you have to go and get as well. Like a lot of people see
Yeah.
the videos, but they don't see like me sending emails to businesses trying to like show
Mm,
like, listen, you need this, like you need this, you need my service, basically. Like they
yeah.
don't see that side. Like I send
Yeah.
a lot of emails in a week. Yeah.
So would you say that like how much of that has like helped you build out where you are now?
The outreach.
Yeah.
I think the outreach has gotten me some cool stuff, but I
Mhm.
think a lot of my success, well, I don't want to say success. That's crazy to say. Let's say a lot of my
That is not crazy to say.
let's say where I'm at right now. A lot of
Okay.
it has come from organic, like natural outreach from others, not from me. So people reaching out to me inbound.
Okay.
That's how a lot of it has come, and it's come because of me posting consistently. Because if I didn't post
Yeah.
that video, he probably would not have seen the video on Facebook. Reach out to
Yeah.
me, we become cool, like the butterfly effect. So you just have
Yeah.
to just do things, and then eventually, like you'll get something from it. So because of that, I do good stuff for people, and then they end up saying like, "Hey, let's do something again. Let's do something again. Let's do something again." I have videos out there that people have never seen because
Mm-hmm.
that's not my video, that's their video. But yeah, I have
Yeah.
some cool stuff out there. Yeah.
Wow. I think that's so cool because, a lot of what I talk about on the podcast is like stuff that I wish I knew when I was younger. And I think a lot of my listeners identify with that, which is why I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking, like, if you were to kind of like, if you were to do this all over again, sans 2024, but like, if you were to like rebuild all of this again,
Mm-hmm.
what are some of the things that you would prioritize besides posting consistently?
Okay. I would say not caring earlier. I would not care
Okay.
earlier. I would say like if I could do it over, I would have kept going from high school. I would have kept going from high school. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. I think the issue is that when you're a person in high school and you're trying to do a project or you're trying to like try something, like and you're trying to show it to people like you're doing music or you're doing videography, photography, you're not gonna be good. And because you're
Mhm.
not good, you get dissed in like high schools. Like this is just high
Yeah.
school culture. But what I would do if I was like if I had to do it over, I would still continue to do it because I would have been a lot farther along in the process, but also I feel like at that time when I started, nobody was good. Like
Yeah.
nobody was good. But the difference was that I stopped and then other people just kept doing it.
Mhm.
So if you look on the internet now, a lot of people that are like famous now, and it's not about fame, that's not what it is. But like a lot of people that you see online now consistently, like some of your favorite influencers, some of your favorite musicians, all of these guys started making something terrible in high school
Mhm.
and they just never stopped. They just never stopped. And
Yeah.
then like now they're in big spaces with big houses, dreams
Yeah.
fulfilled, parents retired, like these kinds of stuff. So
Mhm.
my
No, that,
goal now is to not stop.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what does success look like for you? You talked a little bit about like maybe it's not necessarily fame that's driving you, but
Hmm.
so what is driving you? What do you want a year from now?
That's a good question. What drives me? I think helping my family. I think that's like
Mhm.
the crux of it. Like having a comfortable life for myself where I
Mhm.
can where I don't have to worry about anything. I'm doing what I like to do, and
Mhm.
if the people around me need something, I can also jump in and be a support system for them. And that's good. I'm good. I'm good.
I
I don't
really
want to I
like.
don't want to I don't want to second guess any purchases. I don't want to second guess anything. I don't want the people around me to second guess anything. Like that's comfy. And then that's it.
No, I like that. I think
That's
that's really
success for sure.
that's awesome. It sounds like it's also something that's very like internal to you. I recently spoke about, success and what does that look like and how we get there. So I really like that answer.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So, as you're like planning for the future, we talked about, things that you would do differently if you could start over. Some of them more kind of like particulars of like running a business. Like you talked about posting social media and gaining like your future customers from there. But I think something that I've always wanted to know is like how you figure out like pricing and like because people start businesses and they're like, yeah, that'll be $5 million, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna support you, but hold on.
Yeah.
And I'm a really big believer in like small business, big business, whatever it is. Like if they name a price, then obviously negotiate within reason, but
Mm-hmm.
don't be trying to be like, yo, bro, I know you. Like,
Yeah.
give me the friends and family. Like I don't
Yeah. Friends
particularly
and
like that.
family.
So, like, how did you start figuring that stuff out? Like, how did you figure out, okay, I know that I want this camera. I know that when I do a project, it's going to cost about this much. Like, how do you make those decisions?
It's not easy. Like I'll be honest, it's not easy.
Okay.
So like for me to give you a straight up answer, in this
Mm,
field at least is like different. Like because for example, it's easy for somebody that's selling a product to put a price on something because that's what it
okay.
is. No matter the
Yeah.
size, no matter the fit, it's one. If I'm selling a t-shirt and it's $40, large, small, medium, they're all 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you're
Yeah.
selling a service, it's hard.
Yes.
Like because how do I explain? Sometimes people base like it depends on the person. So like for example, let's say if you have a business and you just want a simple video for your business to just tell people this is what I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
That and it takes me 2 hours to do it. That's one thing. But let's say if I do a
Mm-hmm.
video for another business and they only allocate for 2 hours, but this video that I'm doing is they're gonna be pushing it. Like they're gonna be
Okay.
trying to get a lot of sales. They're gonna be trying to get a lot of reach, and like I can't charge the same because they're gonna get a lot more attention and income from my little 2 hour shoot versus
I
what you
see.
needed from your 2 hour shoot. And there's so much variables that go into it. Like, but what I would say is I think to simplify it,
Mm-hmm.
offer, like I would say, you give your offering.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let people don't let people ask you for things. You offer
Okay.
something and then you will have your price for that. And then they have to just
Okay.
pick from what's available. I think that's the
Yeah.
best way to handle it. That's my
Okay.
opinion.
No, I like that. You kind of say like this is what I can do and this is how much I would charge for it and then
Yeah.
you go from there. Okay.
Yeah. I find that the issue with newer and again, like there's times where I'm flexing. There's times where I'm
Yeah.
bending. And
Yeah.
I have no issue with that. Like sometimes you just have to bend to get
Yeah.
like a to close the deal or whatever or close the
Yeah.
situation. But generally, if you come to me, I need some photos or I need some videos. Okay, these are the what I have to offer. Choose from one of these three or four or two.
Okay.
Versus you come to me and you say, I need some photos, and then you're like, okay, I need 10 photos. How much is 10 photos? No, like I'm telling you
Yeah.
what I because if you go somewhere else, if you go to another service, like let's say if you have a
Mm-hmm.
house and you need a tree cut down, you're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
tell them like, oh, how much is 2 hours worth of you being
Yeah.
on site cutting my tree down? They're gonna tell you
Yeah.
this is what's gonna cost to cut the tree down.
Yeah.
That's it. And then you're gonna be
That's
like, yes or no.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that simplifies it for service-based and like service-based pricing. Products are
Yeah.
easy, but services you have like where things where like your time is at stake,
Mm-hmm.
you have to create your own value and let people choose which one is value to them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. No, that makes a lot of sense. And I think that a lot of people will resonate with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you talked a little bit about value. And I really I like that concept, and especially like if it's like a service-based thing, because you could ask, like you were saying, there are a lot of people with cameras. So what is value to you in the work that you're doing?
What is value to me?
Mm-hmm.
I would say meeting people's like expectation, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Like value is like cost doesn't matter if somebody pays a cost but they know that they're gonna get the product that they want, that's valuable
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, because it's not valuable if you pay a little bit of money and you still don't get what you need. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Value is getting what you need exactly how you
Yeah.
want it.
Yeah.
And
No, that's real.
yeah, so I think that's what that is. That's what it means to me at
Okay.
least.
Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense. And I like that definition as well. It's not necessarily how much something costs, because costs at times can feel a bit arbitrary, but the value is something that isn't necessarily assigned a monetary value. So
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah. I love little nuggets, little nuggets.
But yeah, no, I think that's a really great note to end on. This was such a cool conversation. And thank you again for coming on and talking about, finding your passion in high school and how you navigated just going from a passion project to now a full blown business and working with all sorts of people and music artists and creators. And I'm so excited for you.
I appreciate
It's
you.
like, yeah, like in the short time that I've known you, it's been a privilege to get to know you. So I hope that you'll be back on at some point. hopefully in person, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, thanks again. And thank you all for joining me for another episode of Self Centered. Be sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram and look out for episodes on Spotify. Thanks. Bye.